Hey guys, so today this is going to be more of a theory-based video. I absolutely love doing these, so get your tinfoil hats on, but don't put them on just yet. Emily has just released her second vlog, so I'll be getting straight into that. So, I hope you enjoy. So this vlog was long awaited and we finally get to see Emily again. So to basically start off, she gave me Cobra and the amazing Kyle. If you don't know who Kyle is, definitely go check him out. A shout, which was lovely. It was really nice to see, and it was nice to see that she's actually supporting Kyle, who isn't a sort of well-known No Man's Sky YouTuber, so I'm going to be plugging him into the description, so definitely check him out. I think the biggest talking point is that what she said is we really shouldn't brute force the sites or the ARG in general, and this is really what she makes a big point of. Basically, we should come together and solve it as a collaboration. Now, for those of you that don't know what brute forcing is, it's basically guessing passwords or many different codes to try and gain access, and unfortunately that's what one guy did to get access to a glyph, which is really annoying considering a hell of a lot of people were working on trying to get it done. She's also very clear that the work we've all done is incredible and that she can't thank us enough. Apart from this, she has opened up a new flare for the ETARC forums, which is more of like knowledge. So if you don't know what or how to do something regarding like I don't know, so if you're looking at like investigating something and you don't know how to do it, she's basically opened up a place where experts on it can tell you how to do it properly. Apart from that, she basically picked apart this week's events and everything that's gone on, so definitely check it out if you want to have a little catch up. But now, let's get on to the theories. So, I hope you've got your tinfoil hat, so let's get this effing party started. I'm sure you all remember Jesus on Drugs. Now, he's an excellent guy on Twitter who linked me all of his stuff before, but let's just have a look here. This is our friendly atlas. We know it and we can all remember it, but let's focus on that tiny little red pulse in the middle. Now, going from the lore, we can realise that the atlas is essentially alive and the embodiment of the universe that we're in, and we literally need to succumb to the atlas or it kind of just really dislikes us. But what would you do if I thought that atlas stations are also the key to superluminal travel? Let's have a little looky here. Superluminal travel is essentially a form of time travel, but it seems this is a form of time travel that requires a very specific set model. And what would this be, you ask? Well, it would just be, you know, whatever you got in your backyard, an 8-dimensional model of space-time, an interior completely isolated from its surroundings, being unclosed, with a superluminal rotating magnetic fields, and just your plain old octahedron antenna. Ooh, whoa, what? An octahedron antenna? Let's have a look at this atlas again. Well, it seems that little red pulse is just a little thing, but what is it encased in? Not only an octahedron. Inside the atlas, it does seem to be floating, being held up by magnetic fields, and it rotates from time to time. Now, we know this because if you go into an atlas station, you can actually just see sometimes this red pulse, which rotates, it floats by itself essentially, and it pulses, which is kind of cool. I know, this is crazy to think, but I personally think that the website of Superlumina-6C will tie this all together, but everything kind of just works. It's really weird, but I'm going to dig a little deeper into what this red pulse kind of looks like. So, as a kid, I'm sure you know about these plasma balls, and you must have seen them. Well, let's put this into perspective about those magnetic fields. Well, the red pulse you see in the atlas stations looks exactly like a more solidified versions of these, which, believe it or not, these little plasma balls can form their own magnetic fields while being confined into a small space. Now, we're going off the size of this atlas station, and this pulse, as I will call it, is much larger than just your plain old plasma ball. But is this the same concept? As said before, superluminal time travel requires the surroundings to be closed with a magnetic field which rotates and an octahedron antenna. Now, personally, I believe that the octahedron antenna is the atlas station itself. Now, the reason how I know this, the atlas station communicates to you through basically your mind and through the monolith, so this makes it an antenna. But what we also see is that the pulse can generate its own magnetic fields within the closed environments by holding itself up, by holding itself within the gravity, and it can also cause superluminal time travel this way. Now, it has really blown my mind to think this could actually work, but given the lore... Now, let's just have a look. Sorry, I'm really freaking out about this. When we go to abandoned buildings, you can see that we're a returning user. Now, personally, first off, I thought this meant nothing. But looking deeper into the lore, this means that we have basically lived this life before and we're leaving messages to ourselves through the buildings. Honestly, just look at all the quotes you get from abandoned buildings and you'll see what I mean. Now, following the atlas does grant the user power to birth a new star and also guides the user to the centre of a galaxy. Now, what would you do if I told you that every time you die, every time a bloody whip plant kills you, the Atlas gives itself your body, puts you within the red pulse, and uses superluminal time travel to regenerate your body and make you into the new generation, giving you Generation 1 to infinite? Crazy to think, but given the lore and given the circumstances of Waking Titan and this superlumina which we've just been given, it really fucking works. So, Tinfoil's hats off. Thank you, Jesus on Drugs. That was insane. I hope you guys agree with this because that is one hell of a ride. Now, I'm no scientist. I can't explain this in the best detail I can, but I hope you have enjoyed and I hope we've given you a little bit more light into the lore. If you have any theories, plug it into my Twitter, plug it into the comments. Anyway, thank you and have a good night.